Ross Dunn here from Shelter SEO at the International Window Coverings Expo. I'm here with Denise Butchko of Butchko and Company, and thank you for joining me.
My pleasure, Ross.
Okay. So today I want to ask a few questions, see if we can get some tips out there from some of our viewers.
Okay.
So the first one is, what is the hardest part of running a website?
For me, being organized about it. I don't want to sound all Stephen Covey, but thinking with the end in mind. Like, not identifying the project as, the lots off closet, but of identifying it as something that would be searchable in terms of the words and what I'm calling it, and being consistent with that, and having all the descriptions and the things that aren't as much fun as like, ooh, take a pretty picture. But then making sure that that content that you've got is organized and leveraged.
Are there any tools you've used to do that, to help you sort that out?
Boy, a little bit in Google Analytics searching. So for me, knowing that the words custom closet and closet organizers show up a lot. So I have the thing about, I'm not going to write every blog post with the word closet in the title. But being aware that that's an important aspect of being found, and how do you balance a creative, great story with good SEO?
Great. So, what marketing have you had the most success with?
Boy, I have
online marketing. Let's say.
I have increased my brand awareness the most by writing for other sites, guest blogging on industry publications.
Excellent.
So that has expanded. Writing for the Woodworking Network and Closets Magazine, and putting videos up there has, then you're walking a show and people are like, I know you. So that has been probably a key, I think.
Excellent.
And
perfect.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about how important it is to be seen and to be known. And video is one of my strongest recommendations for any website owner. Difficult sometimes to sell, but because it's a little nerve-wracking for people to be on video. I was not very comfortable with it myself not long ago, but it just takes a little experience. And when you do it, you get that extra exposure, and people feel connected to you.
Agree. And as I've helped people, I'm not a videographer, but have worked with clients where we're working with their salespeople and we want them in the videos demonstrating things, and just let go of the perfection.
Yes.
Be who you are, tell your story, forget that we're filming this, because as soon as you go, oh my gosh, then you're like, ugh.
Yeah, and we're humans.
Exactly.
People are watching a human, and they, I hope, and
yeah.
they're very they don't want us to fail. That's one thing I learned big time when I was doing public speaking. They're there to want you to succeed, right? So yeah, it's very important.
Yes.
So I guess the last thing I'd ask you is, if there's one marketing tip you could provide fellow designers, what would it be?
Realize that your website is the real estate you need to own. And that having some way for people to connect with you, having an equal sense of you share great information, don't be afraid. Nobody's going to suddenly become you. So share the information, get them to subscribe to your list, your email list, so that you're building an asset for your business.
Wonderful. And that's a very good recommendation. In my industry, it's very common for people to hold things back. These are tips. I don't want to tell them anything about it. It's like, this stuff changes so fast, and it's one thing to know a tip, it's another thing to do it right.
Exactly.
And it all takes experience. Exactly. Don't hold back. I think it's fabulous. Now, if anyone out there needs any closet design, I cannot recommend Denise Butchko enough. I've got to know her brand very well, doing some marketing for her, or some website design, and I want those closets.
Thanks. That's exactly what I'm going for,
There
Ross.
you go. So, can you tell people how to get to your website?
It's Butchko and Company, which is BUTCHKOANDCOMPANY. But if you just Google Denise Butchko, you'll find me.
Can't ask for better than that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure, Ross.